welcome back. This is April 30th, right? Yeah, April 30th. So that's the end. This is the last day of April. So we know what that means. We get to see my April haul. So let's talk about what I got this month and all the cool pickups. But first, just a shout out to everybody who has been subscribing to my channel and giving me likes and comments and interacting with me on this channel here. I really do appreciate it. It's really fun. I enjoy just, meeting new people and talking comics and talking anything really. I mean, I get some random questions in the chat sometimes. People ask me questions about my tattoos and stuff like that. So it's always cool to kind of know there's people out there who are interested in what I say and, the kind of things that I pick up and things like that. So leave me some questions. Maybe I'll do a Q&A video one day if I get enough questions coming in. But enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and start with all the cool Omnibus hardcovers and pickups that I got this month. Nothing too crazy like last month. Last month, a lot of books came out. This month, a little bit more quiet, but it's more of quality over quantity for this month when it comes down to all the cool books that were put up. I have Marvel, DC, and other, I guess, not big two books this month. More Marvel. Not that I prefer Marvel or DC, or this is a Marvel versus DC type of thing. It's just that Marvel puts out, especially right now, these last couple of months, a crap ton of really good omnibus hardcovers and stuff like that. So a little bit more Marvel stuff this month, but it's a little bit of everything. So let's kind of start off with, let's do the other company type book. This is from Boom Studios, of all places. Boom, who right now is kind of more known for doing licensed cartoony kind of books like Adventure Time and things like that. But there was a time where Mark Waid was their editor-in-chief, and he had an excellent series being published through Boom called Irredeemable. And this is Irredeemable Volume 3. I have the other two volumes. This is one of the best books out there, especially superhero-wise. I'm not sure if I ever talked about it here on the show before, but it's that same kind of trope that kind of gets thrown around sometimes of what if Superman was a bad guy. That's what this is basically the story of. A superhero-type character who has gotten tired of being the go-to savior for the world and turned bad. Like, oh, he's a nice guy. I'm going to let him babysit my kids. Oh, he ate my kid. That kind of bad. Like, I'm kind of being over the top, but I'm serious. In the first volume, there is some not baby eating, but some messed up stuff going on. Either way, but this is a great book. Volume 3 is where this series kind of takes a crazy turn. I'm not going to get too much into it, but the main character, whose name is escaping me right now, Plutonium. Throughout the whole series, the Justice League type iconic characters in this book are trying to figure out how to bring him down because he is bad news, like I said. So they're trying to figure out his weaknesses, or does he have weaknesses? And if he does, how do we exploit it? But if we exploit it, other things can happen, things like that. And a different, out of nowhere, left-hand turn, out of left field, crazy, I didn't expect that old Henry kind of thing happens. Great book. Like I said, it's written by Mark Waid. The art in this book is really well done. It's dark. All the inking is kind of really dark and black, but still very super detailed. Peter Krause is the artist on most of this book, and he is great because all of his characters look different. They each have like a uniqueness to them. You can't really get people confused and be like, is that the same guy? Or the only way you can tell people apart is by like the clothes they wear, or like the kind of logo on their outfit, or something like that. They're all legitimately different looking characters. I'm going to flip through here and hopefully not reveal any spoilers. So I'll put that away in case something does come up. But this is great. Art is fantastic. Like I said, Peter Krause is a master at his work on here. All the panels have like backgrounds and images, and again, everybody looks different. The storytelling is good. His character acting, like you could see it, somebody's doing something. It's shown through his body, the body work, and there's what's it called? Just like posture and stuff like that. All kind of explains what the character is doing. It's great. It's again, check it out. Irredeemable. These books are $30 for a nice premiere size hardcover. It's not like an absolute size or omnibus size, but it's basically your normal hardcover sized book. Volume 3 is, what issues are in here? 16 through 23. So, good part of the story here. I think there's going to be about 1 or 2 more of these hardcovers left. All right, so let's move on to my DC pickups. It's only one book, but it's one of my absolute favorite DC storylines. And they finally put it out into a omnibus. That is Nightfall. Batman Nightfall. This is a great series. It's one of the more pinnacle, to me, pinnacle Batman storylines. Of course, we all know this is the series where Bane breaks Batman's back. It's what inspired the last Batman, the Dark Knight Rises movie. Bane broke Batman's back in that movie, and that all came out of this series here. Earlier, DC had 3 softcover, like trade paperback type omnibus, but now they're putting it out in actual hardcover omnibus with new artwork. The trade paperback ones were just kind of just reprinted copies of, I think there were other covers. I know some of them had the cover of Batman having his back broken from that one issue. That was the cover. This is a brand new cover by Kelly Jones, who was the cover artist on the Batman title back in the day there. And it's a really cool wraparound dust jacket. And I haven't opened this up yet, but when you take the dust jacket off, it's the same image printed on the hardcover. I love that. That's the best thing right now that Marvel and DC have been doing with their omnibus. Is it's not just a plain black, just uninspired cover. That's kind of like the fake leather looking cover. I don't care about that. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of covers, but I do love it when they have a print on the cover, where they put the effort into putting in the cover, because I don't like dust jackets. Not like I take them off or throw them away or anything like that. I would prefer they didn't include dust jackets and they had a printed hardcover. But either way, I love that it's not just some plain Jane, just uninspired, like I said, just black hardcover. I like that it has a printed image on it. This is volume 1 of the omnibus. I think there's going to be 2, because I think they're kind of squeezing everything into bigger books as opposed to 3. Trade paperbacks, I think it's going to be the 2 omnibus. This collects, it's a lot of stuff, so give me a second here. It includes the best-selling storyline from Batman 484 through 500. Batman Shadow of the Bat 16 through 18. Batman Vengeance of Bane number 1, which is the first appearance of Bane and his whole origin story and everything like that. Detective Comics 654 through 666. Ooh, doubles in this book. And Showcase 1993 numbers 7 and 8. So I think that's about that's like the halfway mark of the series storyline here. So I can't wait to bust this open and read it again. I love this series. I was reading it off the shelves when I was a kid as it was coming out. So I always have a good fondness for this story. People give it a lot of hate, but I love this storyline. I love that Batman has to give the mantle of the Batman to somebody else, and that person he chose might not have been the best choice for some obvious reasons. When you read it, it's kind of screwed up what happens. But it's a great story. I love it. I feel that the whole Nightfall storyline is about you losing who you thought you were and you coming back and being who you were before, but a better version thanks to like your injuries and the bad things that happened to you. So I think it's pretty inspired. And it has a little bit of a moral of the story. Just because you fall down, get right back up. You can't get better if you don't try harder. That kind of stuff. So great book. Check this out. I love it. I'm going to hug it. I like it so much. It's such a good series. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good series. Cool. So that's my only DC book. Again, not much came out for DC in April that I felt the need to grab onto right away. They got some good stuff coming out pretty soon, and I'll be looking forward to that. But that didn't come out this month. All right, so over to Marvel is up next. I'm going to start with this one just because this is probably my favorite that I picked up. This is Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1. I have Volume 2. I don't know why I skipped 1 and went to 2. Probably because 2 has the more iconic stories, like the Galactus Trilogy and Inhumans and stuff like that. But here's the beginning of it all. Fantastic Four. If you watch my videos, I probably said it before, but I'm going to say it again because I know I get a lot of new people around here, and that's great. Fantastic Four is my absolute favorite comic book. Mainly because the family dynamic, the cosmic. I love cosmic stories and outer space sci-fi stories and stuff like that. I don't consider Fantastic Four a superhero book. It's more of an adventure. They're not superheroes. I think of them more as adventurers and explorers and their family. But this is what started it all. This is the book that Jack Kirby, when he came back to Marvel, and Marvel was basically shutting down. It was Atlas Comics at the time. Yeah, they were Atlas Comics at the time. They were basically shutting down and moving out all their furniture from their offices because they were sinking. That was it. Kirby came back. I guess with a little bit of help from Stanley. I guess whatever, maybe. I doubt it. They did the Fantastic Four. This came back out, and this helped catapult them back into business. This is the beginning. This is pretty much the flag post that starts the Silver Age of Marvel Comics, which is what really made comic books what they are today, is the Silver Age stuff from here. So this has issues 1 through 30 and the first annual. I love that they reprint all the covers on the back of these omnibus so you can see each one of them. These might not be the best stories. It took a little bit of time for them to kind of gain their footing and kind of figure things out and stuff like that. But you do have great things like first appearance of the Skrulls, Namor coming back, Doctor Doom's first appearance. This is Fantastic Four 12, where Hulk and Thing first meet, and that begins the Marvel universe of it being a shared universe. First time the characters ever shown up was right there, where two characters from two different comics shared a comic and showed we are one universe. So that's some important stuff in this book. Next up for Marvel, this is the reprint, the excellent reprint of the excellent, I'm saying excellent a lot because that's what it is, of Brubaker's Daredevil. It's right there. It's been a long day. Sorry. Brubaker's Daredevil Volume 1. This is the reprint. It's a little bit thinner than the original one, which was the big old fatty trade paperback. But that one was out of print for a very long time and was going for some good money on eBay and stuff like that. Marvel's finally put out the reprint. They put out a better version of it, I would say, because again, this is another one when you take the hardcover off or the dust jacket off. I think I'll open it to show you guys. I really like this cover. Underneath the dust jacket is a really cool image. They're doing, again, one of my favorite things right now is the printed hardcovers. So here's the dust jacket. We take the dust jacket off. And you get a printed hardcover, an image printed on the hardcover. That side's kind of boring, but it wraps around and bam, look how badass that is, that Daredevil image. So then when you open it, it's this complete cover, complete really cool image. Now this is a series that took place right after Bendis left. Bendis, being who he is, painted, he said this, he basically painted Brubaker into a corner of the Daredevil character because Daredevil is in prison. As you can see for the cover of the first comic in here, he is behind bars. He is in jail. I'm not going to get into any reasons why because I don't want to spoil anything. You guys don't have to read it and find out. That's kind of the way this works. But yeah, so he had to come up with a story to get Daredevil out of jail. And how does that work? And where does that kind of lead to? And where is the ramifications and the consequences from that? Cool stuff. Michael Lark did the art on here. And it's really cool, dark and gritty comic book art on here. Here's some Iron Fist action. If you guys watch that Netflix series, if you're a fan of Iron Fist. Lark has this really cool, it's kind of just like I was showing in the Irredeemable book, but it's really cool, dark, negative spacing artwork. Really quite beautiful and well-told stories. This is great to have because, again, like I said, the original version was out of print for the longest time and was commanding some pretty hefty bucks. And I'm glad I just waited it out and they finally reprinted this because I'm not going to pay $200-300 for that book. Speaking of, though, next week, or this week actually, on Tuesday/Monday, Wednesday actually, Volume 2 for Brubaker's Daredevil is coming out this week. So jump on that. Volume 2 has also been out of print for the longest time. Now it's coming back, new, improved, with a printed hardcover. I hope. I'm pretty sure they will. And that would complete basically the, some of the best Daredevil work with Bendis's Omnibus, which have never been reprinted, and those things are super out of print and going for big bucks, and then leads into Brubaker stuff. So totally cool and excited about that. Now, speaking about being really excited, here is the last Marvel Omnibus I picked up this month. It's a long title, War of Kings Prelude, Road to War of Kings. Long title, like I said. This is, right now, War of Kings Omnibus has been out for a while. This is part 1 of the War of Kings. War of Kings is part 2, and then there was a War of Kings Aftermath, which was part 3. They released them out of order, whatever the idea was behind that, Marvel, I don't know. But War of Kings is Volume 2, this is Volume 1, Volume 3 came out. So they printed it 1, 3, they printed it 2, 3, and then 1. So, now, with this, it is finally over. The current age of Marvel Cosmic has all been reprinted in omnibus form, which is great because when this Marvel Comics' Cosmic comics were coming out, the comic storylines, they were forgotten. They were overlooked. It came out about the time Annihilation came out about the same time as Civil War. So Civil War, of course, got all the attention, all the marketing, and all the hype. And so Annihilation was overlooked. Annihilation led into the Nova series, which led into the Abbott and Landing Guardians of the Galaxy series as well. And that is the sweet spot for the new Cosmic Comics. That series was always hanging on the thread. It was threatened to be canceled so many times. And Nova and the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, both got canceled at issue 25. Canceled. It wasn't finished. It was canceled and it ended right then and there kind of thing. So, either way, now that everything is all printed, it's all collected in one shot. So not one shot, but it's all obtainable in really nice, beautiful looking omnibus. It's time for me to reread it. This is going to be great. So you take the dust jacket off. Again, you get a printed hardcover of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, that's the big ticket right now. That's Marvel's moneymaker, especially with the movie coming out this weekend. I hope everybody goes and checks it out. So you get characters that you won't see in the movie here, like Bug. I keep forgetting Captain Valor, his name. I think that's Mantis. Yep, there's Mantis. You'll see here in the movie. So cool. And you got Groot on the cover as well. So when you open it up, it's a cool wrap around image. Again, I love when Marvel does that. I love omnibus that have the cool wrap around covers, not just the plain black ones. So again, I'm excited about that. That's my favorite thing about buying these omnibus, other than having all the stories on it and stuff like that. Here's the dust jacket. Again, Guardians of the Galaxy. This series prints collecting Son of M number 1 through 6, Deadly Class 1 through 6, Silent War 1 through 6, Secret Invasion Inhumans 1 through 4. That was a cool storyline. That's that cover there. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 12. So that's the awesome Dan Abbott and Andy Landing series. Nova 13 through 22, and Nova, the origin of Richard Rider and Warrior King saga. So again, now it's all been reprinted in the right order now. You can get the order from 1, 2, and 3 of all the omnibus. But again, I've never, when I was reading Annihilation and Guardians of the Galaxy Nova at the time, I never thought we would ever get like this complete series all collected in the omnibus format. Like, it's great to have that stuff here now, especially because, like I said, that series was hanging on the thread and was just dying fruit on the vine and just got plucked away. But now it's like it's great to see something like that was struggling so much at one time. Now it just had this really great following and warranted its popularity enough for omnibus format. That's really cool. So that is basically all my comic book pickups this month. What did you guys pick up? Let me know what you thought of your books that you got this month. Again, leave me some comments on the video here. If you have any questions or something like that, maybe I'll answer those in a different video. I would love to do some Q&A videos and stuff like that. But please do me a favor. Like, share. If you're new around these parts, welcome. Subscribe so you can check out my other videos. I'll have a video coming up pretty soon of the new Nickelodeon Nick box, which is kind of like their loot crate, which is really cool stuff on there. I already have that video shot. I'll put that up after this video. I've already put this video up since this is the end of the month haul kind of video. And I'll be doing some more videos as well. I'm thinking of rearranging my comic book room. I'm actually thinking of moving this comic book room into my attic so I can have more space. Because as you can see, I am wall to wall full right now. And I got this table here that you really can't quite see, but I'll show you. Of omnibus that I can't fit on my shelf. So I need to get another shelf, but I'm kind of out of room. So I might just move this into my attic and just have to do some special rearranging up there to make this fit and get lighting up there correctly and stuff like that, because there's no windows in my attic. It's just blank walls. It's really cool though. I have more wall space. Thinking about it, not sure. It's going to be a lot of work. We'll see what happens there. But with all that said and done, again, thanks for showing up, everybody. Have a great, great weekend. Enjoy your summers coming up pretty soon. Enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy this month, or this weekend. And Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is this week. So if you have a local comic shop, go out there, get some free comics, but support them. Don't just go there and just grab comics and bail out, okay? Comic book stores have to pay for those books, even though they're giving them away for free. It's not free to the store themselves. So if you have a store that's doing a cool sale, pick up some books. My kid's having a good time out there. Pick up something. You get a handful of free comics. Buy a hardcover. Buy a statue. Buy some toys. Help the store make it worth the effort to do Free Comic Book Day, or it'll go away. Easy as that. All right, so this is Gabe Infinity Watch signing out, saying thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.